data by the cyberspace operations forces, and 4. Evaluate data management platforms used to carry out paragraphs 1, 2, and 3, to ensure such platforms operate consistently with the Deputy Secretary of Defense's data decree signed on May 5, 2021. B. Roles and responsibilities. 1. In general. Not later than 270 days after the date of the enactment of this Act, the Commander of United States Cyber Command and the Secretaries of the military departments, in coordination with the Principal Cyber Advisor to the Secretary, the Chief Information Officer and Chief Data Officer of the Department of Defense, and the Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, shall establish the specific roles and responsibilities of the following in implementing each of the tasks required under subsection A. United States Cyber Command. B. Program offices responsible for the components of the Joint Cyber Warfighting Architecture. C. The military services. D. Entities in the Office of the Secretary of Defense. E. Any other program office, headquarters element, or operational component newly instantiated or determined relevant by the Secretary. 2. Briefing. Not later than 300 days after the date of the enactment of this Act, the Secretary of Defense shall provide to the Congressional Defense Committees a briefing on the roles and responsibilities established under paragraph 1. Sec. 1528. Zero Trust Strategy, Principles, Model Architecture, and Implementation Plans. A. In general, not later than 270 days after the date of the enactment of this Act, the Chief Information Officer of the Department of Defense and the Commander of United States Cyber Command shall jointly develop a zero trust strategy, principles, and a model architecture to be implemented across the Department of Defense Information Network, including classified networks, operational technology, and weapon systems. B. Strategy, principles, and model architecture elements. The Zero Trust Strategy, Principles, and Model Architecture required under subsection A shall include, at a minimum, the following elements. 1. Prioritized policies and procedures for establishing implementations of mature zero trust enabling capabilities within on-premises, hybrid, and pure cloud environments, including access control policies that determine which persona or device shall have access to which resources, and the following. A. Identity, credential, and access management. B. Macro and micro network segmentation, whether in virtual, logical, or physical environments. C. Traffic inspection. D. Application security and containment. E. Transmission, ingest, storage, and real-time analysis of cybersecurity metadata endpoints, networks, and storage devices. F. Data management, data rights management, and access controls. G. End-to-end encryption. H. User access and behavioral monitoring, logging, and analysis. I. Data loss detection and prevention methodologies. J. Least privilege, including system or network administrator privileges. K. Endpoint cybersecurity, including secure host, endpoint detection and response, and comply to connect requirements. L. Automation and orchestration. M. Configuration management of virtual machines, devices, servers, routers, and similar to be maintained on a single virtual device approved list, VDL. 2. Policies specific to operational technology, critical data, infrastructures, weapon systems, and classified networks. 3. Specification of enterprise-wide acquisitions of capabilities conducted or to be conducted pursuant to the policies referred to in paragraph 2. Four. Specification of standard Zero Trust principles supporting reference architectures and metrics-based assessment plan. 5. Roles, responsibilities, functions, and operational workflows of Zero Trust cybersecurity architecture and information technology personnel, A. At combatant commands, military services, and defense agencies, and B. Joint Forces Headquarters Department of Defense Information Network. C. Architecture development and implementation. In developing and implementing the Zero Trust strategy, principles, and model architecture required under subsection A, the Chief Information Officer of the Department of Defense and the Commander of United States Cyber Command shall 1. Coordinate with A. The Principal Cyber Advisor to the Secretary of Defense, B. The Director of the National Security Agency Cybersecurity Directorate, C. The Director of the Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency, D. The Chief Information Officer of each military service, E. The commanders of the cyber components of the military services, F. The Principal Cyber Advisor of each military service, G. The Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, and H. Any other component of the Department of Defense as determined by the Chief Information Officer and the Commander. 2. Assess the utility of the Joint Regional Security Stacks, Automated Continuous Endpoint Monitoring Program, Assured Compliance Assessment Solution, and each of the defenses at the Internet access points for their relevance and applicability to the Zero Trust architecture and opportunities for integration or divestment. 3. Employ all available resources, including online training, leveraging commercially available Zero Trust training material, and other federal agency training, where feasible, to implement cybersecurity training on Zero Trust at the A. Executive level, B. Cybersecurity professional or implementer level, and C. General knowledge levels for Department of Defense users. 4. Facilitate cyber protection team and cybersecurity service provider threat hunting and discovery of novel adversary activity. Five. Assess and implement means to effect Joint Force Headquarters Department of Defense Information Network's automated command and control of the entire Department of Defense Information Network. 6. Assess the potential of and, as appropriate, encourage use of third-party cybersecurity as a service models. 7. Engage with and conduct outreach to industry, academia, international partners, and other departments and agencies of the federal government on issues relating to deployment of Zero Trust architectures. 8. Assess the current Comply to Connect plan. And 9. Review past and conduct additional pilots to guide development, including a. Utilization of networks designated for testing and accreditation under Section 1658 of the National Defense Authorization Act for fiscal year 2020. Public Law 116-92, 10 U.S.C. (2224) Note B. Use of automated Red Team products for assessment of pilot architectures, and C. Accreditation of piloted cybersecurity products for enterprise use in accordance with the findings on enterprise accreditation standards conducted pursuant to Section 1654 of such Act. Public Law 116-92. D. Implementation plans. 1. In general. Not later than 1 year after the finalization of the Zero Trust strategy, principles, and model architecture required under subsection A. The head of each military department and the head of each component of the Department of Defense shall transmit to the Chief Information Officer of the Department and the Commander of Joint Forces Headquarters Department of Defense Information Network a draft plan to implement such Zero Trust strategy, principles, and model architecture across the networks of their respective components and military departments. 2. Elements. Each implementation plan transmitted pursuant to paragraph 1 shall include, at a minimum, the following: a. Specific acquisitions, implementation